Every time I think we have moved away from horror or slasher or murder mystery movies, I get sucked right back in. We're doing Saw 2 today, and this one is consistently in people's top 3 Saw movies. Apparently, this is one of the better ones in the context of the other films. I've only seen Saw 1 and 2. Saw 1 was a couple of years ago, so I was a little bit hazy on it. Didn't need to remember too much for this film, but you're gonna want to watch the first one if you haven't. Before we get into all of that, let's hit the box office stats and a quick recap of the film. With a budget of $4 million, Saw 2 generated an overall domestic revenue of $87,039,965 at the box office. Though this cult classic is our overall 2000s movie of October, Wallace & Gromit: Curse of the Were-Rabbit had it beat in its release month with $50,029,858, while Our Gang of Survivors only managed to net $36,252,287. Still a pretty awesome feat for a movie with such a low budget. In this horror sequel, we follow the extremely hot-headed detective Eric Matthews as he takes on the mastermind behind Jigsaw in his own hideout, and 8 captives simultaneously trying to escape before they end up perishing from a lethal nerve gas, all the while trying to outwit Jigsaw's traps. What's worse is that his son is one of them. Can Detective Matthews save these unfortunate souls, or will they be left to fend for themselves? Now on to the video.
Don't forget the rules.
So on top of this being one of the most popular Saw movies, this is also the highest grossing Saw film domestically, though Saw 3 has it beat out by $20 million worldwide. It's also one of those movies where part of the cast didn't get the ending to the script. Only those directly involved in the ending itself knew what was going on, which I always really love it whenever that happens, because the actors actually do get to feel like the mystery and the, oh my god, what the hell is happening? I really do like it. It always adds so much flavor, so much spice to the film. With this one, there were also 5 alternate endings shot. I kind of wish I got to see all of them, I'm not gonna lie. If it's out there, my DVD did not come with it, so I really want to go find those. With horror movies, I always come across info that always makes me wonder if I was given the chance to be in a horror film, if I would actually go through with it. In Friday the 13th, the final chapter, there was so much going on behind the scenes that could have been avoided, from hypothermia to crash pads missing to a whole bunch of stuff, right? And in this one, we have the needle pit scene. Amanda, the very first victim that we see in Saw 1, she's back in this one, gets thrown by another one of the victims into the pit. All of the tips were replaced with fiber tips, which still sounds like it would hurt like a bitch to still have to dig through all of that. But a handful of actual needles fell into the pit during the recording, and the scene did get stopped so that way people could empty the pit to go find these needles. But for me, I'm like, okay, so did you find all of the actual needles? First of all, if I was supposed to be getting into the pit, and why were there still needles on the set? Why were they so close by that they would have gotten knocked into the pit? That just sounds like it sounds entirely avoidable and extremely lazy that we didn't remove them altogether from the set. 5 minutes to take them to somewhere not where the actors could get punctured and stabbed and no. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. The death mask also could actually slam shut. There's no way in hell you could get me to put that around my face. Nope, no, it's it's called a death mask. If that thing could actually kill me, if the death mask could actually unalive me, there's just no way. There's no way. And then the other one is with the key at the beginning, where Jigsaw's don't use this key on the door to this room, and then the guy gets shot. Well, that key would actually cause the gun to fire. And I'm sure it was a fake gun. It's most likely that it wasn't loaded, but all I'm thinking is there have been actors that have shot a gun thinking the same things that I just threw out there, that have actually shot fellow actors and were like, holy fucking shit, Alec Baldwin? Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to be him. Fuck no. So I don't know. When I hear, oh yeah, some of these traps, some of Jigsaw's games, quote unquote, actually worked, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm fine. These actors have more guts than I do, because nope, I'd be out. There were 2 games, 2 traps in this film that actually managed to make me go, ooh. And one of those was the needle pit scene. I almost couldn't watch that scene just because of how brutal that was with all the glass and the needles and the just absolute no. And oh my gosh, she was an absolute champ for managing to dig through it and find the key. And I know that like stakes were high and lives were on the line, including hers, but oh no, I think I'd be moving a lot slower. I don't know, maybe adrenaline would have kicked in and I would also be shrieking and hurling needles everywhere trying to find the key. That one made me cringe. The other one was the razor box trap. That one didn't give me as much ick and no vibes as the needle pit, but it still bothered me quite a bit. It is a slasher horror, so they needed the blood and they did well getting the blood. I will say that these guys were not the sharpest tools in the shed. I get that it's a horror film, but a lot of it was like, come on, what the hell were we thinking? I felt for Detective Matthews' son, Daniel, because he did not need to be there. He was literally just the bargaining chip, the piece that held Detective Matthews to this case so ardently. Like, I felt really bad for the kid. He's just a troubled teenager, you know, hasn't served any time like he said. He's just getting on his dad's nerves. Amanda, I originally felt so bad for. I was like, can you imagine just getting out from the games and then you get brought back? I thought she got her second chance at life, and then whenever they have the huge reveal at the end, I'm like, okay, that's clever. I honestly wasn't too fond of this one just because I'm not the biggest horror fan in the world, but the ending really did make this one for me. So many stupid decisions were being made, and yes, it is a horror film, so it is to be expected that really poor decisions and choices are being made, but I just kept wanting to yell at the screen, and did a couple of times, to just work together. Like, why are we all yelling at each other right now? We could be working together to get out of this area, but whatever. Honestly, some of the riddles seemed kind of self-explanatory to me, like search the back of your minds. I'm like, everyone want to lift up their ponytails or like turn around so we can see if there's any numbers on the back of our heads. Just stuff like that. Maybe it's just because I have seen so many horror films, so it just makes more sense to me. Xavier was just one giant walking bad decision, one after the other. I get that he was supposed to be like the uber hothead of the group, but I don't know why we needed to start going and killing everyone to get the numbers off of the back of everyone's heads. It's like Amanda said, how the frick frack snick snack is he gonna know what his number is without her telling him? Mans didn't even think about that until the end when she says it, and then we gotta be all like creepy and cool and like carve it off the back of our neck. The exact spot, because sure, don't think about it too much, but I get that the drug was kicking in and he wasn't like making sound decisions, but it seemed like everyone else, minus I think it was Addison with a razor box, everyone else kind of held on to their wits until the very end. I don't know. Xavier, yes, definitely was used to bring up the stakes. I get that. Addison, oh, that one just sucked. I get that she was excited and like found the syringe, but chick, you didn't even try. You didn't even try. Just brain cells out the window as soon as she saw it on her own, and then paid for it dearly. The one person that made me shake my head more than Xavier, and because Xavier was pretty rough as a character, was Detective Matthews. Oh my God. Worst Father of the Year award. You do not deserve a Father's Day card ever again. Holy shit. All he had to do was listen. He's so, I get that he's so worked up about his son being missing, but you are literally sitting there talking to the guy that knows where he is. I think if it was my son that was missing, I would play a little bit of the game to figure out where my son was. And I know that he's supposed to be the super hot-headed character. I get it, but holy shit. oh my God, he really didn't even try. Remember the rules. Yeah. I'm supposed to sit here and talk to you. And he's like, yeah, and you're supposed to listen, whatever. And he keeps saying, remember the rules. And he keeps reciting literally everything except for just listen. Mans cannot sit for 2 seconds. He is more frustrating than the people yelling at each other inside the high tension situation. It was frustrating to listen to them yell at each other. If I was in that situation, I probably would be yelling as well. You know, it's easier to say that you wouldn't on the outside than if you were actually in there. I also get him. I also get why he was so upset, but someone else's life is on the line, someone that's supposedly very dear to you, and you can't just like sit there and listen. When he literally throws a temper tantrum and starts like tearing shit up in front of him, I'm like, what is that doing? What is that? Like, he's clearly not even fazed by it. You're going about it the wrong way. It's like, destroy his work. Starts tearing up papers. I'm like, mans, go pick literally anything else except for the fucking paperwork. What are you doing right now? It was like watching a middle schooler just being like, I'm the shit. Look at how cool I am. And you're like, bruh, just go sit down. Please, go sit down. Like, oh my God. I get the urgency. While his team is doing shit in the background, he could try and be a little bit more convincing in his pretending to listen. But no, we just can't. It was so painful to watch. So painful. And when you find out at the end that literally had he actually just sit there and listened to what he was saying and it would have only been his son, like none of those people would have been saved, that really sucks. But not once did the thought of those other people cross his mind. It was always about his son. So he wouldn't have given a shit, especially when you learn that he planted evidence to put all of the victims, the game players, into prison. Like, okay, you are a piece of shit. Clearly, you can't even do one thing for your son. Oof, so glad you're not my dad. If you've seen this one, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is it your favorite one? Is there another one later on in the series that's better for you? Or was the first one the best one? You can't get any better than the first one. Let me know, and I'll see you guys next time in 2015.